What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to do a video on the best starter bike out there, right? And what bike will that be? Will it be a CBR 1000, GSXR 750, a Hayabusa? I don't really think you should start on any of those bikes, but I really don't think there's a defined line of what the best starter bike is, right? So I've owned everything from 250s up to 1000cc bikes, right? And I gotta say, I started on a 550, a bike that my dad gave me. It was a Kawasaki LTD 550. It was like a 1984, I believe. And to be completely honest, I didn't really have much riding experience other than riding dirt bikes and riding four-wheelers, stuff like that. And it's similar, yes. If I were to have been like a real dirt bike rider, right? Not just putting around on trails every now and then, you know, a dozen of times in my life. You know, if I were to really be a real a dirt bike racer or a motocross guy or a hare scramble guy or anything like that, if I had a whole ton of experience, maybe starting on like a 600 or a 750 would probably be a good idea. But I didn't have a whole ton of experience riding dirt bikes. I just had a little bit of a handful of experience riding dirt bikes. I knew how to shift gears, you know, work the clutch, work the front brake, the back brake, and all that stuff. But it was still a learning curve, a big learning curve. And I feel like that so many people will say oh, you should get a CBR 250, or you should get a Ninja 300 or a Ninja 400 or something like that to start out on. And the thing is somebody who's been riding dirt bikes or has any type of motocross or anything like that experience, a lot of experience, you can start on something like a 600 or a 750. So take Heather's brother, for example. He rode dirt bikes his whole life, really good racer, and he started out, his first legit street bike was a GSXR 750. And he handled the thing perfectly fine. I mean, he was kind of like a natural on it. And a lot of people can start on bikes like that, even very high performance sport bikes, if they have somewhat good you know, mechanics as far as working clutches and brakes and shifting gears and things like that. So I don't think everybody needs to start on a small bike. A lot of people will argue and say that you should start on a small bike, but here's the opposite thing. I see a lot of people ride very high performance sport bikes, like 1000s, like ZX10s, CBR 1000s, Busas, and I see them years into riding buying bikes like a Ninja 400. Perfect example. A guy named Pete, he's a local, we rode with him a few times. He owns a GSXR 1000, the new model. I want to say his is probably like an 17 or 18, and he rides the GSXR 1000. Just bought a Ninja 400. Sorry, bear with me, I don't know exactly where we're going. We're just following them right now, and we're taking it pretty easy. So if anybody remembers Tammy, Yamaha Girl R6, on Instagram, she was involved in an accident a little over a year ago, and she is coming out on a ride with us. She's riding on the Busa with her husband right now, and this is her first ride since that accident. She was hit by another motorcyclist up on Tail of the Dragon. But anyways, this is why we're riding very slow right now. She's very, you know, she's getting used to riding a bike again, even if she's not doing the control part of the riding. She's just riding on the back, but still. So we're taking a very, you know, very, not brisk pace, but a very moderate pace, just kind of cruising and having a good time. So this is what I'm doing today, is making a video about starter bikes. Not that she has anything to do with starter bikes, but okay, way off topic here. So anyways, so on the other side of the spectrum are the people who ride fast bikes and end up buying small bikes. So he just bought a Ninja 400. He bought it mainly for the track, but he actually takes it out here on the streets also, and he says that that bike is like 10 times more fun on the track than the GSXR 1000, and I can totally see that. So if I were to go to a track right now, and I didn't have a bike, right? Like, this is my bike, but I couldn't bring it. Just say I flew out to a track in like California or something, and they offered me like a CBR 600 or a CBR 1000 to ride on the track. I'm gonna say 100% I would take the CBR 600, just because it's gonna be easier to manage. They're just fun. Like, small bikes are a lot of fun, and that's what I think. There's so many different riders out there that you can't just say like this bike is perfect for that person. Like, you can't just say everybody can start on a Ninja 300 and they'll be fine. Like, I could literally tell you that there are people that will buy a Ninja 300 because they think it's the perfect starter bike, and then realize that the bike is very underperformed from what they want. If they want to go blast on highways, you know, they want a faster bike, and they get a faster bike. And so that's the thing, is like, there's no perfect starter bike out there, I don't believe, for everyone. Now, there's a perfect starter bike for every single individual, and that's going to vary on a person's experience, their budget, availability in their area. You know, there's certain places in the world that you can't just start on a 1000. And I don't really think that anyone needs to start on a 1000. I would say there are people that have done it, but I would say if you're going to, if you have that experience, start on like a 600 or a 750, something like that. Because a 1000 sport bike, like his CBR 1000 in front of us, the bike will do 100 miles an hour in first gear. Somebody who's never ridden an actual street bike does not need anything like that. And this is just my opinion. And I've been riding for, I don't know, 13, 14 years now, since I was 18 years old. That's just what I've come to realize, is there's no perfect, like, there's no standard perfect bike for everyone out there, like a starter bike. There is none. So, like, I've even looked at like buying like a Yamaha R3 or like a Ninja 400 or something small, just to, like, you know, just to go rip around and just be light, inexpensive, cheap to work on, cheap tires. So I've looked at, Heather and I have actually talked about buying like Ninja 400s or R3s, and just not the time right now. We have so much other stuff that's coming up, but yeah, I really feel like there is no specific bike that is best for everyone out there. So you could start on, if I were to say if there's one single bike that is a very good starter bike, like legitimately one of the best starter bikes out there, in my opinion, if I had to pick one, I would say something around 500 to 650 cc's, like a Ninja 650. The bike is very, it's a powerful enough bike to do 100 plus miles an hour. They do around 130, 135, and but they're not scary torquey down low, and they're very comfortable bikes. They're very ergonomic. It's not like hopping on a sport bike and you're all of a sudden you're completely leaned over and you're like, you have no feel for it whatsoever. And a lot of people don't like that, especially people that come from dirt bikes. That was one of her brother's issues with the bike, is that he was so hunched over, and he's like 6'4", and so he was very hunched over on the bike, and it just wasn't a good feel for him. I think he still thoroughly enjoyed the bike, but it just wasn't like his deal. So now he has an FZ07, for instance, which is a lot more upright, still powerful enough. But that's the thing, is like I said, so he bought the GSXR 750 and he went down to a lower powered bike. So now he has an FZ07, absolutely loves it. He rides Groms also, so that tells you something right there. He rides a 125cc, I would say 95% of the time. Little bikes are fun. Big bikes are fun. They're all fun in their own little way. And I don't know how much I can stress this. If you have the opportunity to ride different bikes before you go and buy your first bike, take the opportunity and ride as many bikes as possible. Then get a feel for what you want to do. Do you want to ride the track? Do you want to ride the canyons? Do you want to ride twisties? Do you want to ride the highway? Do you want to ride out in the city? Do you want to cruise along the beach? If I were going to cruise along the beach, I would probably buy something like a like a naked, like, I don't know, like a SV 650 or something like that. Maybe even a dual sport, just so you could go on the sand and stuff. There's just so many options out there, man. It's unbelievable how many bikes are out there now. I mean, not even just sport bikes, but just enduros and adventure bikes. There's just absolutely, there's a bike for everyone out there, and you have to test them and ride different bikes to really find out what's best for you. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't ramble on too much. Thank you for watching. Peace, ride safe, and we'll see you in the next one.